We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the San Francisco 49ers. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Escaping the pressure right. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run. Devontae Freeman. Freeman a first down and more. Devontae Freeman. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Jaguars. Devontae Freeman. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
On first down, Garoppolo. And his throw here is incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Westbrook now on the return. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Flush to his right. Now Minshew has it knocked out. Fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Wait. I got this.
After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Josh Allen. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have.
26 months. I'm here all day. I got you. 26 months. Oh, you got deep.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And it's caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Gets it out quickly here to the left flat. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Set to kick off.
So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7, as that one officially a loss of 1.
On the play. And it's 3rd down.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Pass rusher extraordinaire, D. Ford that time getting the sack.
7 yards. And it's 3 and out.
They'll try and throw for it here. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Made by Miles Jack. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. These two teams all tied after 1.
The score tied 7-7.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try to run this one in. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. And this one through the uprights and good.
Steelers 14, Jaguars 7. Aldrich Rosas.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
First down, Jaguars.
Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now it's Freeman. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Off play action, it's Minshew. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun is Minshew. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. With Nick Bosa so quick on the outside, he gets in there to bring him down. So shall we say a bold decision to go for it, and that bold decision does not pay off.
And when you talk about bold, you're saying all caps?
All caps.
Yeah, without a doubt. Maybe they're telling their defense they have a lot of faith in them. I mean, that's how you have to spin it, is that you tell your defense, you know something? We were able to go for it there because you guys are so good. I'm not worried about things. That's the only explanation I can come up with in this situation.
Well, he better get ready to spin it for that post-game presser because you know he's going to be out.
He's going to have to spin it for his own locker room, frankly.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. There's Garoppolo to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Jarrell Casey in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them. Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Emmanuel Mosley. A 6-yard pickup.
On play action, they'll throw.
At the 32-yard line.
It's complete to Chris Conley. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And now look at him go. 30. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Minshew's pass. Intercepted. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
65. I got you. I'm playing wrong football.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo letting one go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
End zone. Brings up 2nd.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He connected on his first, this from 41. Rosa's kick is good. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Garoppolo now. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there. First down. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo again. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
Mitch Wishnowski.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And here comes Westbrook. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, they trail by a couple of scores, but if they could put a good drive together here and go a long way toward getting them back in this football game.
And if you look...
They try to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. That pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's second and goal.
They went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. K.J. Hamler, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Rosas now to add the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Makes the score Niners 27, Jaguars 7. Albert Rosas set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, one-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
And Minshew with nowhere to go, and they take him to the ground. Eric Armstead breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Freeman. Got some room at the 30. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Devontae Freeman, 82 yards. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Now a good running play here to start the drive. That'll net them 14 yards as they pick up the first.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
4 yards on the pick.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 1-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They coming off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball. That cut down the lead. Now the defense does their part, got them the football back.
So now maybe with the touchdown they scored previously, plus their defense making that stand up and getting them the ball right back, momentum may be shifting in their favor.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
It's 2nd and inches.
Ready. 18 Gator.
Freeman again. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chip. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Complete to
DJ Chark, 78 yards. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
25-yard line. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
35-yard line.
We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. Here's a handoff out of the gun, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
From the 41, Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. The Niners on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And this is going to be incomplete. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
You got three. Three down. Mike 20. Mike 20.
Now Garoppolo. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
On the throwaway.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Switch up. Hey, Mike 20. 3 bud. I got this.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. Flushed out right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So this defense gets an assist from the goalpost, and as a result, it's going to keep them within 1 score.
Yeah, and that looked to be good the whole way. But that is a big break here in the 4th quarter of a football game. Now your offense needs to find a way to capitalize.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
On 29.
Rosa's kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
3-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they... And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jaguars are back within a score. And the lead is down to 2.
Makes the score Niners 30.
So down only 2 now. Still a chance to finagle their way into field goal range if they can get this onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
They've been brilliant, perfect on 4th down so far. 3 for 3, and they're going to try again here. They'll try and run for it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They remain perfect in this game on 4th down conversion, CD. They're 4 of 4.
And Brandon, it looks like they're taking a lot of chances here, but these